Hey, we back. I'm here with another Mudae video, and today we're talking about kakera again, hot topic of conversation. Well, not recently, but anyway, a specific type of kakera, and that is light kakera. This one here, kakera L. These are not new anymore. I believe I actually did a video on them when they were new. Or at least they were included in towers in general. But you know these by now. They give you a bunch of kakera. Potentially, maybe not this much kakera, but they give you a bunch of kakera. Light kakeras are pretty good. And I think most people would agree with that. The thing that is particularly good about them is that you can upgrade them through kakera towers, which we'll get to in a minute. And the fact that you can upgrade them means that they're pretty scalable. At the start of the game, when you're on default, a light kakera will give you 3 random kakeras. So assuming that that's 3 blues, because the chances are it is 3 blues, what you get there is 3 lots of approximately like 125 kakera, right-ish. If you're interested in all the values for all the different types of kakeras, there's charts for that pinned on Mudae Official, and I've also got videos about it. So you're going to get approximately from a light kakera like 400 kakera, right? That seems pretty appropriate for default. And that's still pretty good, because when you start out, I mean, that's better than a green kakera, right? And I think if you're starting out and you're getting a green kakera, you're reasonably lucky. Obviously, as the game goes on, you're going to get better and get better kakera. So, for example, once you've got your Sapphire 4 badge, you're always getting these yellow kakera, which are worth more than 400. But by the time you get to that stage, you can quite easily put 5,000 kakera into your kakera tower, upgrade your light kakera, make them give you 4 random kakeras, and now you're getting more than 400. You're probably getting 500 from them, especially if you start getting a turquoise or a green on average, then you're getting even more than that. So light kakeras become pretty good. And then even into late game, as you can see here, they give a lot of kakeras. Long story short, light kakeras, good stuff. But here's the question we're answering today, right? How much can they get you? How much does it top out at? Because here I am getting almost 2,000, but is that the max? Well, absolutely not. This was a pretty lucky one because I managed to get an orange in the middle of it, but actually it wasn't that good. We still had a lot of blues in here. Could have been a lot better. So how good can they get? Well, this is actually pretty easy to figure out if you think about it, because obviously the maximum amount of kakera that you can get from one kakera is just over 3,000 from a rainbow kakera. If we go down into Mudae Official here, we can check the stats. Perk 10, which is the light kakera upgrade on Kakera Tower, is limited to plus 10 random kakera. So if you're not sure, that is Kakera Tower here. Perk 10, light kakera gives plus 1 random kakera. And that goes up to a maximum of plus 10. Right, so obviously in order to get that, you would have to have 10 towers, which is a pretty tall order, and you are extremely late game by that point. But okay, let's go with it, 10 towers. You've already got your default of 3, so that is 13 kakeras. Now, if I bring out the calculator quickly, then we can actually check this. So we get 13 times about 125, which is for blue kakera. We're already getting 1,600 kakera. That's pretty good. Also, obviously, by the time you get to that point, they're not all going to be blue. There's going to be plenty of turquoise and green in there. I would say it's going to be at least 2,000, really, per light kakera. And that's when you're unlucky. Of course, the minimum is going to be a bit lower, because you can actually get purple kakeras from a light kakera. If you weren't aware, that is a thing. The rates on purple kakeras are exactly the same as they are normally, which is, you know, pretty rare. So you shouldn't have to worry about it. But obviously, if you get a purple kakera within a light kakera, it still uses up your kakera power, because you still reacted to the light kakera. But at the same time, it only gives you 100 extra kakera. So getting a purple kakera on a light kakera is really bad. But if you were to get all 13 of them, then even with this super maxed one, you'd actually only get 1,300, which would not be fun. But all in all, the purple ones aren't much worse than the blue, so you don't need to worry about it too much. But we can go to the extreme level of, 3,100, multiply that by the 13, we get a grand total of 40,300 kakera. And that's just for one react. If you now think about your tower bonuses here of the well, it's perk 8. I've just got percent chance to earn a second key on wishes here because I've got too many flaws. So let's go and find a server where I don't. There we go. Kakera reductions cost minus 2% kakera power. Obviously you've got your gold badge and your ruby 3 that are doing that as well, and then you can get soul keys, so that'll be 15% in total that you can spend minimum on a reaction, and getting 1% per 3 minutes. That takes 45 minutes. That comes out to a whopping 54,000 kakera per hour just from light reactions. Now that is really something. That is more kakera than you are going to get from anything else. That's actually more than you can get from gold keys, even with maxed towers, which is really impressive. Because gold keys, I think you can get about 10,000 kakera maxed, maybe a bit over that. Might even be 15,000, I can't remember, but that's per 3 hours, and that's not a touch on this 54,000. If you remember back a while ago, I did a video on pushing the limits of the kakera that you could get per day, and I think we got about 170,000 per day maximum. Obviously, if you were hitting this every hour from your light kakera reactions, that 170,000 would be blown out the water. Of course, it's very unrealistic. Because rainbow kakera are extremely rare already, and to go ahead and get 13 of them in a row is never going to happen. We don't actually know the percentage drop rates of individual kakeras, at least not as far as I'm aware. I don't think they've been released, but I'm sure you all know how rare rainbow kakeras are. As an example, on this server, I have over 2,000 yellow kakeras, almost 1,000 oranges, and a grand total of 3 rainbows. And it's basically nothing. So yeah, this is not going to happen. However, how much can you expect to get on this kind of thing? Because actually, once you're getting 13 kakera reacts every single time, you aren't just going to be getting blue ones, are you? And you're not going to be getting just turquoise or green most of the time either. I think getting a yellow or an orange is actually going to be pretty common at that point. And in that case, you're going to be getting a good few thousand kakera every single time you react, which is every 45 minutes. Once you get to that sort of point, I think if you have 10 towers on a server, assuming that you've got 15% reactions from soul keys is a pretty reasonable assumption, in which case, yeah, it's every 45 minutes you're getting maybe 3,500 kakera, should we say? And every hour you're getting approaching 5,000. That is really good from just the light kakeras. Of course, this assumes that you're active and you're reasonably lucky with the reactions. Of course, you have to actually roll the light kakera, because getting a light kakera in the first place is not the most common thing ever. I would say they're about as rare as green kakeras. But yeah. There you go. I think that proves it, really. Light kakera really is one of the best kakera reactions. Not only good early game in terms of getting that little bit of extra boost, but actually late game it can quite easily become a pretty major source of income for you, since it's going to be getting you more kakera than your average red reaction. And as you can see by my profile here, as an example, once again, considerably less common than red kakeras. So the fact that they're about as good really says something. Anyway, that's all I've got today for you. So I'm going to end this one here. Bye!